What is going on, people? We're back with Kingdom 627, more madness. This time they're rallying a 1.2 billion might player, Dirty Sanchez. This is actually not too long after I had given up on trying to stream on that day. I wanted to stream me going over a billion might because I know that that's like a big meme. Why are you not a billion might anymore? So I was gonna go over a billion might because I was gonna push some troops to use some of the resources that I had left over and then go ahead and migrate. Well, I couldn't, for whatever reason, stream, and I'm still working on that, by the way. So I was like, well, you know what, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna go ahead and use up all my resources, go ahead and migrate, and then see what's happening. So as soon as I migrate, this was probably like 20 something minutes after I migrate. As you can tell from my resources, I literally have no resources. I see that this is going on, so I'm like, okay, let's take a look and see what's going on here. Now, I think half of our guild was still in the other kingdom, so and I don't believe that this was too planned. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get on this one, but trust me when I tell you that some of the stuff that I saw here makes you kind of think like, okay, what does it mean to be a billion might anymore? Like, hello. Here comes the first rally. Faizan goes ahead and hits it. I think that dropped them about 30 million or so, but I mean, when you're 1.2 billion might and you're still dropping like 30 million, that's not really saying much. Now, he's not in like Monster Hunt gear or Familiar gear or anything crazy like that. And look at that, almost 6 million killed on that one. He does have some quote-unquote war gear. I mean, technically speed gear, but speed gear does give you decent calf stats normally. So he's not like completely naked, but for him to still take 30 million, that has to be freaking dirty. No pun intended. Okay, actually, a little bit. So the main rally leads here is Faizan, Lobby, All Eyes on Me, Winston, and I think I might be missing like one or two more. But either way, those are all monsters. Those are not people you want to be unshielded with and offline at the same time, unless your might is just like insanely high. Also, one thing that I noticed is that he's 1.2 billion might and probably was only like in the 70 million might kills, so doesn't really vote well for him. It usually means that it's either not active or not really into warring much. And well, they're going to be helping him with his kill count here. So there goes Lobby. Now that one I think does about pretty much the same damage, give or take. Now that actually goes ahead and drop them under 1.2 billion. So yeah, look, just look at that. It's freaking ridiculous. There goes Winston, and Winston also gets his leader back, but that one drops him about 50 million. The familiar that saves your leader. Listen, I had no idea that familiar is used so often nowadays. Like, I had an idea like, okay, that familiar is really good, but you know, it's a little expensive. What I didn't really account for is that expensive. What's that? These people don't care about that. As soon as that familiar is up, they're wanting to use it. So yeah, that actually opens up a lot of doors for other things to be able to work. Whether you want to go ahead and like quad a person first with that familiar, save your leader, and then do it again. That's like, it opens up so many doors and so many other possibilities that, yeah, if I was a rally trap, or I guess technically I have one, but I just don't really like playing a trap. All of these changes, the familiars, all the extra stuff, like Blackwing, where you don't get no infirmary, they're all dead. That's scary. Just think about this combo, right? They use the bunny, and then they use the Blackwing. Not only are you not capping their leaders, you're gonna take all reds. So as long as they're strong enough, your trap is going to be pretty much dismantled. Yeah, that's pretty scary to think of, but that is the risk that you run when you run an account that's not really, per se, is not really the way that the game it was supposed to be played as. So I guess that's kind of like IGG's way of kind of countering all the traps that were going on. Because let's be honest, people were starting new accounts not to be rally leads, not to be anything else but traps. And once a trap hits the desired might and the desired like stats, that's it. They don't have to do anything else. But now, if you're a trap, now you gotta start thinking, okay, do I want to start taking up some familiars? That way it'll help me. You know, the familiars that lowers HP and stuff like that. So yeah, that definitely changes the trap dynamics, if you will. Like the 250 million might traps, they can no longer stand up to a really strong triple or double like these, like from these people. I don't think that's really happening. So yeah, at least not with some pretty decent casualties. So yeah, at this point, with the might drop that this guy is having, it started at 30 going up to 50. It's only a matter of time. I'm not really sure if he had an anti-on or not. If he didn't, even worse, because even though I was in the kingdom, I realized, okay, if I start scouting, that's gonna be an extra notification that they probably don't need. And I'm not one of those people. Okay, if you are one of those people that just start scouting stuff, only scout if you don't want to see the action, right? Like if you're trying to wake them up, if you're trying to make them shield, go ahead and scout. But if you're actually just watching and you're watching the action and you want to see it through, don't scout. If you're part of the guild that's rallying and you're not the rally leader, don't scout. Please, please, just please on repeat. I wish there was like a Lord's Mobile song that repeated that over and over, because that's one of my pet peeves. When people are rallying stuff and then just this guy that sent 100k troops, they want to scout and see what's there. Bro, you're gonna get a scout when we hit. And if you don't get a scout, well, we're screwed anyway. But anyway, at this point, we're looking at the next couple of rallies is going to freaking hurt. Now, it looks like he is actually getting some help. He is getting like a prisoner and whatnot, which helps a lot. But in this case, I don't really know how much that's gonna help, because it's 30%, but it looks like this guy probably didn't even have war talents, which is pretty big in this situation. You definitely want that. And yeah, I feel bad for him, but at the same time, I'm sure that he knew that these guilds were already in the kingdom, unless he was just offline for that long. He must have known that these guilds were here. And if you go offline in the wrong gear, wrong talents, and you're not reachable, like, I mean, who else can you blame but yourself? Like, okay, you can blame the people that zeroed you, but I'm just saying, like, please don't do it. Don't log off in familiar gear. Only log off in monster gear if you're easily accessible, or you're gonna be by your phone, etc. But other than that, just kill the monsters before you go offline. That way you're not wasting energy. Kill some monsters, put your war gear on, put your war talents, or at least, even if you don't do the talents, because I know that can be a little expensive switching all the time. I mean, it's 1,000 gems each time. That definitely adds up. But at least put your war gear on, because that's a deterrent. Like, you know, if they see you in war gear, they might think twice. They might still go for it, but they might think twice. Now, 1.15 billion might. Here we go. We're about to see what this actually how this does, and here we go. All eyes on me is the first one up, and let's see. Oh, that did about 25 million damage. Faizan goes next. Doesn't burn. Here comes Winston. Doesn't burn again, but he's down to 1.1 billion might. BBH, BM1, Mr. K comes in and kill shot. Oh my goodness, there it is. Almost below a billion already. 1039, and yeah, this is not over yet. I thought, because when I saw that, I was like, okay, the next couple of rallies, this dude is absolutely dead. Well, I was wrong, because there was a couple more rallies coming. I was like, hold on. CG9 coming in, Lobby coming in, and then we got FY also coming in. And take a look at this, 885. He was done. I didn't even realize that there were other rallies, but I mean, what was that, like 5, 6, 7 rallies? Yeah, I honestly just thought of the 3 or 4 that were next to him. But yeah, it got worse. Now we have like 15 or 20 rallies that we can throw at people. So yeah, I will give him this though. His core might is really nice. 871, it means that he probably has most of the heroes gold, pretty much most of the research done, and his account is pretty complete. The only thing he's missing now, unfortunately, is some troops and his leader. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the breakdown and how it all went down. We did help him with his kill count. It went up by like 10 million, so there's that. So as you can tell, like, it's just right there. We had just migrated like 40 minutes ago, and that's pretty much me. And here goes all the hits. 5 million, 5 million, 3 million, and then we got 4 million, 4.4 million. And then the next ones were just kind of just picking up the parts. So he didn't really have too many troops considering his might, but when you're like 900 million might in just core might, that's pretty good. I'm sure that he'll be able to rebuild. Wasn't too many troops, so I'm sure he'll be just fine. But yeah, there goes all the monsters that are out here. Appreciate you guys for watching. I definitely have more coming soon, so stay tuned. And until later, bye.